I missed last week's sheet.
There is no sheet.
Last week's sheet I have not carried
Okay.
because all the sheets are now with Mala. She is the repository of all the sheets, so you'll have to wait for her or contact her later today. So we had finished the chapter number 9 last time, and we thought we'll summarize today, and if there was any question which was remaining, we'll just touch upon it and move on to chapter 10. So I'd request you to summarize, okay? Because that day I think I had summarized in my own way, but it will be nice to hear it again, and it will be nice to sort of revise that again.
In the preamble to chapter 9, there's a reference to the shlokas 10 to 12 of chapter 8, where Bhagwan had explained the dharana yoga, by which the yogi stabilizes his pran in the Agya Chakra, and taking that along with chanting and contemplating upon Om as the path to liberation, the yogi in a sequential manner attains to the gods of fire, light, Shukla Paksh, Uttarayan, and then over a period of time attains Brahman. But this is a very challenging path, and to address this, that whether there are other methods. So Bhagwan says that Brahm Gyan, or realization of the true knowledge, is the means to get liberation, and which is everything is Vasudev, and the entire universe is Atma alone, and this is non-dual, the one without any second. And praising the nature of Brahm Gyan, Bhagwan says that it is like the unsurpassed brilliance of light. It is always beyond the darkness of ignorance, and it is the king amongst all knowledge, and it is extremely superior and purifying, because the moment it is realized, all the accumulated past karmas of thousands of lifetimes vanish, and one is liberated from the bondage of karmas and from the cycle of rebirth. And but to attain this gyan, one must have shraddha, because those who do not have shraddha will tend to believe that the body is the atma and perform actions accordingly, which will result in their losing the opportunity for devotion, the practice to realizing that Brahman, and they could even attain inferior forms of life. So Bhagwan then talks about the all-pervasive nature of the Paramatma. So that Paramatma is unmanifest and invisible. So it cannot be understood by the senses, mind, and intellect. It is all pervasive, the essence of everything, and all that is manifested from the infinite Brahma to the blade of grass is all based in that Paramatma. And Paramatma, being the Atma of all that exists, makes everything Atmavan. And it's only out of ignorance people think that the Atma is based in them. But Bhagavan says that Paramatma is not based in anyone. And the reason is that Paramatma is having no contact, is immutable. And it's only things which come into contact in the existing world, they undergo transformation. But Paramatma, being immutable, contactless, just gives subsistence to everyone, and also the space subsists in Paramatma. Then Paramatma says that the world is also not based in him, and it is by that same principle of being contactless. But Paramatma says that he is the creator and the sustainer, and this is through his Prakriti. And the entire world, which is manifested through Prakriti, subsists in Paramatma. And the example of the air being freely subsisting in space, Paramatma is even more subtle than space. So the whole universe subsists in him. And at the time of dissolution, everything dissolves into the Trigunatmika Prakriti, which is inferior and apara. And at the beginning of the new Kalpa, all the beings and the inanimate matter come forth from the Prakriti. And in this way, Paramatma creates, and the universe also undergoes dissolution. But then there is a question that the multitude of beings which comes into creation is unequal, and also their tendencies to perform sinful and virtual karmas are unequal. So whether Paramatma is in some way associated with that, on which Bhagwan clarifies that Paramatma is indifferent, and Paramatma is not associated or attached to any karmas, since Paramatma has no pride of doership, and there is no attachment to the outcome of the karmas. And those people who perform karmas following the same principles, the karmas will not get bound to them. But those who have all desire based actions, they get trapped in their own karmas just as a silkworm gets trapped in its own cocoon. Then there is a query that Paramatma is neither attached, but Paramatma is also the creator. So then Bhagwan explains that Paramatma is that witness consciousness, but also supports the entire creation, the Adhishtata. And in the Vedas also it is referenced that there's only one Deva, Paramatma, who is invisible, the supervisor of all karmas, the inner self of all beings, the basis of all beings, all pervasive, the witness consciousness, pure and without any attributes. And but however, in this existing world, there are a lot of experiences and actions, and so the question arises that for whom is this creation? If there is only one consciousness, the witness, and the karmas are in no way related. So the seers of reality know that there is only oneness, and therefore the question doesn't arise for them, but it is for the ignorant, and out of ignorance, to fulfill one's desires, that this whole creation seems to exist. And then Paramatma says that those who do not understand this eternal and pure nature of the Paramatma, they are ignorant, the non-discriminating people. And even when Bhagwan manifests in a human form, they do not understand, and they show him disrespect and contempt. And such vain people are already dead. And here, reference to the
Battlefield.
Kauravas and their like who have not realized that Krishna is actually the avatar of Bhagwan Vishnu. And In a similar way, the ignorant persons who have hopes and desires and they even perform uh, havan and other sacrificial karmas, but they do so with their desires and thinking that the Atma is not different from the body. Such persons can become demonic in nature and very indulge in all kind of cruel action. But those who have faith and the such devoted persons who practice devotion as a means to liberation, they cultivate all the divine virtues. They practice restraint of senses, restraint of the mind, compassion, uh, tolerance, non-violence, and they incessantly glorify the Paramatma. And they worship Paramatma in various ways. So the supreme form of worship is when the devotee uh, considers oneness of the Atma and Paramatma, and with a single-mindedness and with repetitive listening, contemplation, that is Shravan and Manan, ultimately realizes that Satchidanand
Satchidanand, yeah.
Paramatma as the Atma form. And the other form of worship is that the devotee focuses on one form, like the sun, the moon, or a deity like
That's the third one.
one is that there are many forms.
Of sadhanas. Second one which he talks about is saying that that Atma is the same in all. And third one, he considers that Atma or that different types of deities to be in different types of objects.
Yes. So, since there are different forms of worship, so there may be a doubt that
Is everybody worshipping the same?
worshipping the same? So then Bhagwan explains about the all-pervasive nature of that Paramatma and gives details like Paramatma is that Kratu or that complex Vedic ritual, the yagyas as described in the Shruti and Smriti text. Then Paramatma is also the food which is eaten, the swadha, and also what is offered to ancestors. Paramatma is also the medicine or the aushadhi. And the havan which is performed, the sacrificial fire is the same Brahman, the offering which is made is Paramatma by the person who is making it, and the outcome it is all that Paramatma, and by which, in which, and by
For
whom,
which.
for which it is all Paramatma only. Then Paramatma is also the doer of all the virtuous karmas, all the virtuous karmas which are a means to purification, and the outcome that is a purity. Paramatma is also the creator, the father, the mother of the universe, the knowledge of the Vedas, and the Akshar Om, which helps in realization of it. Then Paramatma, Bhagwan also says that Paramatma is the gati or the outcome of the action, the Swami or master of everything or everyone. Then the Vasthan or the place where all creatures abide. Then the supervisor of all karmas, the treasury of all karmas, the origin, dissolution, that is Prabhav and Pralay. And also the Sharan, the shelter where everybody takes refuge, and the reliever of pain of those who have taken refuge in him. And the person or the one who helps without expecting anything in return. So in this way, whatever is into existence, Paramatma is that seed of the universe. And since the universe comes into existence again and again, so Paramatma is that imperishable seed. Then Paramatma also, Bhagavan explains how Paramatma is also the cause and effect, because the underlying reality or Sat is that Paramatma, and the effect, which is the manifested world, is also that. And whatever is being, not being, it's all that one Paramatma. But one should understand that the Sat or the truth is Paramatma.
And it is not absent.
It is not absent. And Bhagavan talks about the bhakti, the worship with desire and the worship without desire. So Sakam Bhakti, so some would like to attain heaven and therefore they read the Vedas, they perform various yagyas to attain heaven. And by through their virtuous karmas, they do attain heaven, but they have the enjoyments of the heaven as long as the effect of virtuous karmas lasts. But once that is over, then they come into the cycle of rebirth. Whereas those jnanis who are without desires, the nishkam devotees, they have surrendered themselves totally to that Paramatma. And Paramatma is their refuge. And their needs are taken care of. That is the yoga. So,
Shame.
no, yoga
Yog,
and
shame.
shame. So yoga is what they need but don't have. Shame is taking care of that. So Paramatma does it for them.
Taking care of what they have.
So then there is a query that if Paramatma is all pervasive, so the deities, those who worship deities, would actually be worshipping Paramatma. But
No, if he is the yog shame of those who are worshipping him, then who takes care, or how does he take care of those who are worshipping other deities? Okay, so take that logic and go forward. Okay,
yes, so the others, they make efforts for themselves
correct,
also.
correct.
And worshipping other deities, they get the fruits
Right.
of worshipping those deities. But if that worship is not as prescribed in the Shruti and Smriti text, that is with the understanding that the essence of that yagya, that is the Adi yagya and Adi Dev, that is the one to whom the offering is made, is in essence that Paramatma. Then that fruit is also not permanent because it will not lead to liberation from this river. So those who are devoted, uh, even if they offer a very simple offering such as flower, leaf, even water, or a simple fruit, Bhagwan accepts it with pleasure and enjoys that acceptance. So Bhagwan tells Arjun that whatever actions are being performed, whatever austerities, whatever charities are being given to the pious and good people, and whatever yajna is being performed, it should be totally surrendered unto Bhagwan. So if a devotee surrenders himself in this manner, then the actions, whether they are good or bad, will not get bound and So he will get liberated in due course. And such a person who has surrendered is a sannyasi, and by doing karma is a yogi. So uh, this is being a sannyas yog yug atma. So Bhagwan blesses such devotees and grants them that eternal bliss during their life, and they merge with the Paramatma
After.
after. So then there is a doubt here that if Bhagwan is blessing some devotees and not others, is it because of the attachment to some and aversion to others? But here Bhagwan explains by sort of drawing a simile with fire, and he says, like uh, those who come near the fire, they will
Get the warmth.
get the warmth, but those who are away will not do so. So, in the same way, those devotees who, with love and devotion to Paramatma, they will come near and they will get the grace of the Paramatma. So, it's not because of attachment, but it is because of the nature of those devotees.
That's the nature of the Paramatma also.
Nature. So then Bhagwan talks about the glory of this devotion to the Paramatma. And Bhagwan says that even those who have been sinful, but they have developed a single-minded devotion to the Paramatma, they should also be considered as pure people, because in due course they will be of righteous behavior. And therefore, Bhagwan tells Arjun that he should have that firm conviction and confidence in that promise to
Take care
himself.
of.
Yes, that once such a devotion is developed for Paramatma, he will attain that supreme goal. And even other persons who might be ignorant or believers in wealth, or those who have not read the sacred texts, but with true devotion, they will also
Attain.
attain. And the virtuous obviously will. And then Bhagwan says that this human form is very difficult to obtain, and although it is transient and it is painful, but it is still the best, because efforts to attain the Paramatma can only be made in the human form. In any other form, there is only the enjoyment of the fruits of whatever actions are being performed. And therefore, one must take this as the goal, the only goal of human life. And the finally, Bhagwan summarizes the attributes of perfect devotee, that he should be manmana, mind only on the Paramatma, madhak, attached only to the Paramatma, madhyaji, praying only to the Paramatma, bowing only to him, and surrender to him from Madhkarami. So in this way, he will attain that supreme goal of human life, and that is to realize that Paramatma in the form Atma.
Wow, amazing.
No, not me. It is Rajanji all the way.
No.
It is because
But you are the star people.
totally.
Any questions, any thoughts? Very nice.
As I've always said, the credit is
No, it's all.
totally yours.
No, no.
It's-
Your karmas, the Lord, everything. So we are all coming into one place. Any questions on this chapter? Any doubts?
Can there be a shortcut? I am totally ignorant. I am weak, etc., etc. And I leave everything to you. You know. So total surrender.
Yeah. So if you understand that word surrender and you follow the practices around that surrender, and you're able to surrender, that is the shortest cut.
Hmm.
There is no other shortcut.
Hmm.
Which is being said here that keep your mind only on me,
Hmm.
be attached only on me, with me, worship only me, bow only to me, be only sheltered in me. You're not depending on anybody, anything else.
Nobody else. Nobody else.
If you can do that,
Hmm.
then it is a very simple shortcut. You don't need any shastra, you don't need any other practice. Which is the last shloka. So this is Guhya Yoga, a secretive offering which he is talking about. How to surrender, which he is offered in chapter 9.
You had explained it very well last time.
Hmm.
What surrender means, because
Yeah,
we really didn't know actually in practice.
just pass it on. Pass it on. जी अभी हमने नवा अध्याय समाप्त किया है. अब 10वां चैप्टर 10 श्लोका. ठीक है, अभी शुरू कर रहे हैं. बैठिए. Some more?
2 more.
Thank you so much. Sorry. Everybody has this, no? The extra sheets are going to be with Mala.
One extra one for mother.
No, I'll keep it. I'll give it to her. If there's one repository, it helps. Otherwise, these things are very difficult to manage. So, in the 7th and the 9th chapter, there have been descriptions of what is the essence of that which is ultimate. Okay, and what are his glories? So, what do you mean by essence? कि वो तत्व क्या है, कैसे वो तत्व जो है हमको समझ में आता है. जैसे 7वें अध्याय में बोला कि जल में रस, इस प्रकार से हर चीज में जो उसकी क्वालिटी है, जो उसका रस है, उस प्रकार से ये भगवान, ये परमात्मा सब में है. In a sense, it's the essence of all. Okay? And then it is also described by its manifested form, that which is the physical form. So it will be said that the sun, so and so thing is me. Understand that to be me. Okay, which is the glory, the illumination. Okay, and such aspects have been shown. Okay, now why is it being done? We can only surrender to, or we can only pray to, we can only worship to, we can only bow to whom we can glorify in our minds. So if we understand the glories of that who is Paramatma, and his glories are endless. Okay, so he starts by talking about that he is the creator. How has he created? He is the seed, imperishable seed. His essence is that all the time, if there is existence, there has to be that Paramatma also. In this manner, in chapter 7 and 9, and also in 8 at times, he brings you back to that which either is the essence or is the glory of Paramatma. मतलब जो तत्व है या विभूति है भगवान की, उसकी तरफ हमारी बुद्धि को लेके जाते हैं, जिससे कि हम समझें कि किस चीज पे ध्यान करना है, जो हमने 7वें अध्याय में देखा, किस चीज की जो है हमें पूजा करनी है, ओमकार का भी क्या अर्थ है, किस चीज की पूजा करनी है, और जैसे अब हमने लास्ट में देखा कि किस प्रकार से हमें सरेंडर करना है, अर्पण समर्पण करना है। तो ये चीजें हम किसको करेंगे, कैसे करेंगे, यदि वो हम चीज ही को ना समझ पाए तो एक हुई जो चीज जिसके अंदर हम कोई मूर्ति देखते हैं या कोई विजिबल मैनिफेस्टेड चीज है, तो वो विभूति हुई, दैट इज हिज ग्लोरी, दैट इज हिज मैनिफेस्टेशन, एंड वी यूज दैट मैनिफेस्टेशन एंड से इट इज हिम अलोन। ठीक है, एंड दैट विच इज अनमैनिफेस्टेड, we can only say that it is one, it is within me, it is everywhere, it is in everything, imperishable, unborn, whatever, right? And understand that that is what it is. So even if I see anything around, I see any action, if I see anything happen, if my mind can go to that which is the essence, constantly go, then I will be one with that which is ultimate, which is that one. Constantly remembering that which is brings us close to that person. Okay, we gave an example last time that if I am looking for wealth, my nature is all the time to seek wealth, so मैं हर समय उसी चीज के पीछे दौड़ता रहूंगा, क्योंकि कोई भी किसी ने मेरे को फोन किया, कोई उसका मतलब है मेरे से कुछ पैसे की बात करेगा, मेरे को कैसे उसको घुमा के मेरे को अपने पैसे निकालने हैं, या मेरे को कैसे इससे प्रॉफिट करना है, मेरी बुद्धि उसी में जाएगी, और बार बार वो प्रतीति मेरे सामने आएगी कि मैं कैसे एक हो जाएगा, और यदि ये हुआ तो मैं क्या बन जाऊंगा, या मैं कैसे जो है लोगों के अंदर माना जाऊंगा, या जो भी है उसकी जो भी चित्त में प्रवृत्ति है उसके अनुसार वो उसको ट्रीट करेगा। हर समय लगा रहेगा। यदि मेरा वही बुद्धि जो है भगवान में लग जाए, तो यही बात हो रही थी लास्ट टाइम, बार बार हर समय उसी का ध्यान आए, तो यही समझ में आए कि ये भी भगवान है, ये भी भगवान है, ये भी भगवान है, इसमें भी इस प्रकार से है, इसमें से इस प्रकार से है, ये इस प्रकार से है, तो भगवान मिलेगा ही ना। ये हमने देखा। अब यहाँ पर भगवान अधिकतर जब चैप्टर शुरू करते हैं तो वो कहते हैं कि वो अर्जुन का कोई प्रश्न होता है तो उसका उत्तर देते हैं। उससे ये समझ में आता है कि जो प्रश्न पूछेगा उसी का उत्तर जो है भगवान देंगे, और उसी से जो है परंपरा चलेगी। पर यदि भगवान ने अपना भी कुछ छेड़ा है तो उनके मन में कुछ करना है, किसी के लिए कोई बात है जो वो समझाना चाह रहे हैं। यहाँ पर इन्होंने अपने आप ही ये चैप्टर शुरू किया है, अर्जुन का प्रश्न नहीं है इसमें। तो वो क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं इस चैप्टर में कि जो मैंने पहले ये सब समझाया है, क्योंकि वो जरा मुश्किल है समझने में, मैं फिर से एक तरह से समझाऊंगा, एक और तरह से समझाऊंगा। तो ये 10वें अध्याय में अब भगवान, उसकी विभूति, क्या करना है, कैसे उसको मानना है, जो चीजें पहले भी समझाई हैं उसको फिर से समझाएंगे, या उसको किस प्रकार से दूसरे तरह से समझाएंगे, उसके लिए ये चैप्टर उन्होंने प्रारंभ किया है, उसका वर्णन करके। तो पहला श्लोक में वो कहते हैं कि तू मेरे परम उत्तम वस्तु को प्रकाशित करने वाले वाक्य सुन। So he is talking about his own glories again, which is being done again, not because he wants to repeat, but he wants to say something different. And I am saying it to you who is always feeling happy when you listen to my glories and my capabilities. Okay? So he is offering to talk about certain facets of his own to make him understand more, because he is now seeing that Arjun is fully absorbed and he is happy to listen to him. Okay? He is therefore saying to us that if you are happy to listen to me, then only listen to what I have to say in this chapter, in a sense. Okay? If you have doubt about what I have said, if you are not feeling happy about it, you don't feel convinced about me, the way I have expressed, both in the form of essence as well as in the form of my glories, then maybe you need to go back and check it out. But मेरे वचनों को सुनकर तू अत्यंत प्रसन्न होता है, इसलिए मैं तुझसे ये परम वाक्य कहूंगा. You treat them as nectar, okay, and then you listen to them, because now you find that you are getting that nectar, that feeling of wanting to understand, that I am offering this to you, giving this to you. Okay. So another facet of bhakti again. Okay. So when a bhakt is with the Paramatma, Paramatma will himself come and give things to that bhakt. Okay. Which is what is emerging from this first shloka.
I'm saying, since we are so keen on knowing, Paramatma has brought you to give all this to us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about me, but I'm
Yeah.
saying there's many things which anything and everything which is happening is because of his doing.
It is.
So why are we looking at only this class? In every manifestation which you are looking at, वो पिछले अध्याय में भी बोला कि ये एक बड़ी सरप्राइजिंग चीज है जो मैं बताने जा रहा हूँ, कि हर चीज मेरे द्वारा उत्पन्न हुई है और सब चीजों में मैं हूँ, फिर भी जो है मैं उनमें नहीं हूँ, और उसके बाद में कहते हैं कि मैं आसक्त भी नहीं हूँ, मगर सबको चलाता हूँ. So there are so many such indescribable things which happen around, which we are attributing to him and his, okay? Because he is eventually the doer, the vidhata. Vidhata means that the outcomes of the actions which we are performing, that fruit is being given by him. So I do X, I will get 96% marks. I do X, same amount of effort, I will get 95% marks. Now, that outcome of 96 and 95 is decided by him. You may do well because you've done X, but whether you will get 95, 98, or whatever these days, even decimal points count in terms of getting into different colleges, that outcome will only depend on him. Because then there are variables which are coming in play. Your application reached 15 minutes late, so you can't be considered. All sorts of things happen. Am I right?
अरे हमारा छोटा सा डिजायर था कि कुछ ऐसा यहाँ हो, and भगवान ने भेज दिया,
हाँ, तो उनकी कृपा है,
है ना?
बहुत कृपा है। ठीक है, तो इस तरह से भगवान अपनी जो अभी बहुत कुछ बताएंगे, मैं इसमें इसलिए आई एम नॉट स्किपिंग इट, बट सो लेट्स गो टू श्लोका नंबर, we'll read shloka number 1 also. So let's read shloka number 1, whatever is written till the end of shloka number 1, okay, in English. Somebody can do that. Manju ji, aap koi bhi hai?
Anyone, even then from here. Even then, listen to that sentence which illuminates the supreme, superior, unsurpassable thing, which I will say for you, who will become happy for your benefit. You listen to my words, and treating them nectar-like, you become very happy, and hence I am telling you these supreme sentences.
These supreme sentences. So why do I do this? Even gods like Brahma do not know my effect. So here Brahma has been used in a god form. Okay, whilst we give Brahma the name of that which is ultimate.
Meaning, they do not know the unsurpassed creative power and the effect, meaning, do not know my birth.
So even the gods, they don't know two things. They don't know my birth because they were not there when I was born. How do we know about our father's birth or mother's birth? Only because we are told about it. We cannot know about it. So he is saying that I, and second, since I am so powerful, they don't even know my effect. Okay, so there are two words here. They don't know my birth and they don't know my effect.
So this is that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Vala Brahma then.
This one where it is said, even gods like Brahma, so when Brahma is treated as a god, leave that aside. It's just a word which has been used. Don't treat it as the Brahma ultimate. Okay. So that which is ultimate. Okay.
This is not the ultimate.
Here it is not the ultimate.
Yeah.
Okay. I should not have allowed that word to creep in because you are having a doubt, but I could have changed it, but I let it be because I wanted that doubt to come because sometimes people use Brahma for a god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Brahma the creator, that way. Brahma, Vishnu,
Brahma the god.
Mahesh.
Brahma, in that sense. Okay. Yeah. Brahma, Vishnu, yeah, Mahesh. There is only one Brahma temple in the entire world. Pushkar, right? Yeah.
Pushkar, yes.
Yeah. So there is no other temple. But yeah, so they do not know my effect, meaning they do not know the unsurpassed creative power, which is the ability to take birth and give birth, and the effect, which is that Shakti. Okay, that ability, that superpower capability. Okay. Meaning they do not know my birth, and even great seers like Bhrigu, etc., do not know of my birth. Due to what reason do they not know? Because I am the origin, the root cause of seers, maharishis, and gods in all manners. हाँ?
कारण नहीं.
कारण मैं हूँ, तो ये कार्य ही है, तो कारण होने के कारण मैं ही जानता हूँ ठीक है. Since I am the original cause of all seers and gods, this is shloka number 3. There is none originating before me. Hence I am the unborn and without a beginning. Being beginningless is the reason of being unborn. So if somebody was to say that which is a beginning, is that born or not? So he's clarified. That which is beginningless is unborn. पहले क्या हुआ? वो हमेशा से है ही, इसलिए उसको जन्म लेने की कोई बात ही नहीं उत्पन्न हुई. ठीक. And the great Lord of all the worlds, meaning without ignorance and bereft of its actions. किसके actions? Of the ignorance. So those who know me beyond the 3 states of wakefulness, dream and deep sleep know me as the 4th state. Okay, I'll come back to this. Meaning, he who knows me in this manner is a jnani amongst human beings. He is without delusion. He is distinguished, a Shresth person, and he becomes free from all sins performed intentionally or otherwise. Okay. So we come back to this shlok from the beginning again. So the person who knows that I am the origin, I am without a beginning, I am unborn, I am the Lord of all the worlds. He is going beyond the delusion and becomes free from all sins, whether intentionally or performed otherwise. He goes beyond the 3 states of wakefulness, dream, and deep sleep. Okay, so let's understand these 3 states. I don't think we've covered it, right?
No.
So this is जागृत अवस्था जिसमें हम बैठे हैं. इस जागृत अवस्था में हम इंद्रियों द्वारा जो भी कुछ करते हैं अपनी इंद्रियों द्वारा करते हैं. जो कुछ भी चलता है, कर्म करते हैं, समझ आती है, कुछ भी करते हैं, इंद्रियां जो हैं वो करने वाली हैं, वो कराने वाली हैं, वो करण है, इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हैं. ठीक है. जब हम स्वप्न में जाते हैं तो उसमें इंद्रियां नहीं रहती, उसमें केवल मन, चित्त, बुद्धि ही चलती है. उसी के द्वारा हम सब चीजें क्रिएट करते हैं और उसमें इंद्रियां जो है करण नहीं है, उसमें मन बुद्धि करण है. ठीक. मन बुद्धि और इंद्रियां और इस तरह की सब चीजें जो हैं वो किस में आती हैं? वो अपरा में ही आती है, इसी प्रकृति रूप में ही आती है. तो स्वप्न भी जो है वो हम अपरा में ही मानते हैं. ठीक है. अब तीसरी चीज हुई सुषुप्ति. सुषुप्ति जो है क्या है? इट्स डीप स्लीप. जब मेरे को बहुत अच्छी नींद आती है और पता ही नहीं होता मैं कहाँ पे हूँ, ना उसमें स्वप्न है ना कुछ है, मैं उठता हूँ, कहता हूँ बड़ी अच्छी नींद आई. कहता हूँ ना, ऐसा होता ही है. मेरे को बहुत अच्छी नींद आई. ये मेरे को उसमें ज्ञान था कि मैं हूं, तभी ये बोल सकता हूं कि मेरे को बड़ी अच्छी नींद आई. तो मैं हूं इज दैट विच इज द आइडेंटिटी विच आई हैव ऑफ माई सेल्फ. which is also in apara. Apara. In all these three states, therefore I am still in that apara prakriti. ठीक है. अब जो बात हो रही है परा की, वो इससे परे की बात हो रही है, जिसमें वो मैं भी नहीं हूँ, इंद्रियां नहीं है, मन बुद्धि नहीं है, और वह मैं जो उसको समझ लेता है कि मैं इतनी डीप स्लीप में था और उठ के कह देता है कि मैं मेरे को बहुत अच्छी नींद आई. That identity, that ahankar is also not there. Okay, that is called turiya. That state is called turiya. So you've heard of the fourth state, you've heard of the turiya, but that is how you need to understand it. ठीक है. ठीक है. तो हम तीन अवस्थाओं में रहते हैं, और चौथी अवस्था जो है वह
Paramatma, it's like
which is beyond. Now, therefore, that which is the ultimate, that which is Paramatma, is beyond. It is beyond that which is vyavarik, which is practical, what we see in practical, Jagrit Avastha. That which is anubhutik, which is felt, अनुभव किया जाता है, experienced, and it is beyond which is that is pratibhashik, which appears, which is perceived, which is possibly arising out of illusion. तो व्यावहारिक नहीं है, अनुभूतिक नहीं है, और प्रातिभाषिक नहीं. जो प्रातिभाषिक नहीं है, व्यावहारिक नहीं है, अनुभूतिक नहीं है, उससे परे जो है वही परमात्मा है. So in simple English it will be mind. It is beyond mind, thought, space, time, relationship. There is no relatedness, which we have understood, because it doesn't touch anything. Sansarg rahit, which you spoke about. Okay? So that which is beyond mind, thought, beyond the senses first, mind, that's thought, beyond feelings. Let us look at anything. So we say that there is something I'll call as energy. What is the nature of energy? Energy can go up, it can come down, it can appear, it can disappear. But that which is ultimate cannot be energy because it doesn't change. You agree? So try and find something.
And also energy can be experienced.
Also,
So experience के परे है.
But that is experience.
Sorry?
That's what we are. The fourth level is experience, isn't it?
sorry,
The fourth level that you're talking
is not experience.
It's not experience.
Cannot be experienced.
What we are feeling, we felt it. Isn't that
No.
experience?
So when we understand, we'll understand that. We'll understand how we'll experience it. In a sense, experience it. It is not experience. We realize it. That I am is just realized. It is not as if it is not existing, or it is something new which I have to experience. It is just that I have forgotten.
It's that 10th man story they said.
Hmm?
It's the story of the 10th man, na?
Hmm.
10 आदमी थे, तो जब मैं गिन रही थी तो 9 बार बार लगता था, 9 ही तो है, 9 ही तो है, 10th man मैं हूँ.
That's a good
I know
analogy.
somebody saying it, that's why I'm just saying.
It's a good analogy. So I forget that I am. And that has to be realized. It is not. So we'll understand how to realize. All that is there. We've done some of it in the old group, but it is to be realized. It is beyond all this. Okay. So we have finished shloka number 3. So now we have time because the 4 and 5 are close to each other. Okay, so we'll try and finish it, but we'll come back to it also. Okay, so we'll do something and we'll leave something for next time, and we'll start back again on shloka number 4. Okay, so what is he saying? That there are 3 things he talked about in shloka number 3. That I am the great Lord of all the worlds. So how is he the great Lord of all the worlds? मैं सबका स्वामी हूँ, मैं सब के सुप्रीम नित्य अनसरपास्ट हूँ. ओके, तो यहाँ पर वो समझा रहे हैं कि that I am such because I manifest in all these things. What are these things? I am सूक्ष्मतर, आदि पदार्थों को समझने वाली अंतःकरण की ज्ञान शक्ति का नाम बुद्धि है. So I am the subtle and the subtlest of that which is called intelligence, which is there in every human mind. I am in that. Okay, I am in that. I am in that intelligence. I am that intelligent mind itself. Okay. Then Gyan, I am the cognition of Atma, etc. Atma as matter, that matter pertaining to Atma. That is Gyan. Okay, the definition of Gyan. ज्ञान किस चीज, जो चीज आत्मा को समझ ले, उसको रियलाइज करा ले, वो ज्ञान है. इस तरह से असम्मोह इज लैक ऑफ असम्मोह इज नॉन delusion, lack of delusion, to act with discrimination in regards to things which are worth knowing. Yeah, what is worth knowing? That gyan only. There's nothing else worth knowing. And that is through lack of delusion. And to act with discrimination means that you are able to go beyond delusion. Okay? That's what's said here. Forgiveness, Shama. Now here, this is mind's freedom from agitation when being condemned or abused. आपको कोई गाली देता है, आपको कोई तो कुछ कहता है, आपको कुछ और भला बुरा कहता है, तो आपके अंदर कोई हलचल नहीं. इसको एंड्योरेंस भी बोल सकते हैं. ठीक है. So in some texts it is given as endurance, in some texts it's given as forgiveness, Shama. Truthfulness, Satya, is the spoken words informing. Now, what is truth? What is the understanding of the word Satya? In the spoken words informing another person. So I speak and I tell you of one's own exact experience of things seen or heard. Meaning that speech which gives that experience accurately to another person's mind is called the truth. Okay. Some words are exacting here in terms of saying, if I can relate what I have experienced very accurately to another person and make the other person get it in his head, then that is the truth in speech. which gives that experience accurately to another person's mind. उसकी बुद्धि में पहुंचाता है कि ये एक्सपीरियंस जो मैंने किया है वो ही एक्सपीरियंस मेरी वाणी द्वारा तुम्हारी बुद्धि में जाके बैठा. उसने कुछ उल्टा तो नहीं समझा, मैंने तो समझाया था सच, पर उसकी बुद्धि में क्या जाके बैठा वो सच नहीं है. So you're responsible for both. Okay, that's good. So that is Satya. Okay. Sense control is Dham, which is restraining external senses. Control of desires is Sham, okay, which is quietude of inner self. Pleasure is joy or ecstasy, and pain is agony or anguish. In all these, I am there. Okay, being, which is in birth, in non-being, opposite of birth or destruction. Fear and fearlessness, I am in both. Then in shloka number 5, I am in non-violence. What is non-violence? Ahimsa, not inflict injury or give any sorrow or discomfort to any being. Non-violence is not just hitting physically, but even discomfort. Okay, or any sorrow. Equanimity, samta, which is steadiness of the mind. It does not vary with things which happen. Contentment, santosh, sense of adequacy. Penance, tap, restraint on body after control of senses. Charity, to share with others according to capacity. Glory or renown, the reputation or fame due to righteousness. Ill fame, disrepute or disgrace due to unrighteousness. I am in all these things. In this manner, in accordance with the deeds or karmas of human beings, the intelligence, etc., various types of senses, thoughts, and feelings which arise, they all do so due to me, the Ishwar. It is due to him that all these things arise, but it is in accordance with the karmas of that particular individual. So to say that, I have left it to him, even that karmas he is doing, no, because the karmas you are doing, because the desire in the karmas is yours, so the outcomes of the fruits of those karmas are yours, and according to those outcomes you will be responsible for what you eventually get from Bhagwan in terms of the outcomes. Okay. So even if he is there in all these things, it is our actions which determine what are the outcomes we will get. Okay. So I'll close this now. If there are any questions, you can take that. हाँ, किस तरह से है? हाँ, किस तरह से है?
कर्म हमने करे, कर्म हमारे हैं, उसका जो भी
वो किस तरह से है? कार्य और कारण अनुसार. ठीक है. अधिष्ठाता रूप होने के कारण वह सब में है, उस प्रकार से. कहाँ चली गई बात? वापस आ गए. इसमें भी ये सब चीजें जो हैं ये मैनिफेस्टेड स्पेस में है. जैसे आप समझ में आए कि ये यहाँ पर कन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहा है, तो उदाहरण देने में और मैनिफेस्टेड स्पेस में कन्फ्लिक्ट होगा ही, तो हम एकदम समझ जाएंगे कि ये इस अंडरस्टैंडिंग से कार्य कारणता के कारण ही ये कहा जाता है.